never been known for my cautious side. You should know that I'm well aware. I don't want anything left untried. Will you come with me, mon cher? So let us just do my love and not stop thinking of this over. So let us just do my love and see where this road will take us now. It's not that you're timid, no one could say. Choosing to walk with the gale. What shall we call us? Hobos per se. We'll find that out on the way. So let us just do my love and not stop thinking of this over. Let us just do my love and see where this road will.
Welcome to Tom's Trains and Things. I'm Tom Kovichak, and this is a 3-year celebration. I can't believe I've been on YouTube that long, but actually I've been on longer than that. I started my first YouTube channel back in 2007. So I've been on for a long time. I really haven't paid attention to that first channel, but that's when I first got on there in 2007. It's been a long time. But this channel is 3 years old today. I created the channel and put up my first video at 10:25 in the evening. I had a bunch of videos that I had ready to go. In fact, in the first 3 days, I put out 5 videos, and they were something else. And let me take you back to memory lane to that first video that I did. Well, that was a really crappy video. I mean, that was my first attempt at anything, and that really didn't go that well. In fact, I think I hardly have any views on that one anyway. But let's talk about how I started out on this thing. I wanted to share my knowledge with everybody on here. And the way I wanted to do that was, I really wasn't sure when I first started out, because I was going all over the place. I was doing videos here and there, but I really didn't have any direction on those videos at all. And I started to think, and you know, I wanted to do something better than that. And I had a couple of ideas. And the first idea was at the workbench, and that was really my first that was really, I'm having an issue here. That was really my first one where you see my face. Okay, hello Dwight Daves Trains. All right, glad to see you made it. Gaffa Haynes, Innocent and Forgotten DNRGW, Dwight Kearney, ZD USA Rail Fan. Whenever I started, let me go back even further than that. Before I even started it, I watched YouTube on the TV, and I got influenced by James Wright, Bill Rogers. He did a lot on Colorado Model Railroad Museum, and CNLVN. Those were the three that I watched on TV, and I never really, watched anything on the computer. All of it was on a TV then. But I got influenced by them, and then I decided that I wanted to start the channel, so I did. And boy, was I stupid back then. I didn't know anything about YouTube at all. The first month I did 12 videos, and like I said before, they was just all over the place. I didn't have any direction. And the first one that I really did do something was on the what was I can't even think of it right now what it was called, At the Workbench. But this is the first time that I showed my face. All right, now you get to see my face. I'm an old fart. Yes, I've been doing this for a long time. Ever since I was a little kid. My dad had an American Flyer that got out during Christmas, and eventually it ended up in the basement and on a piece of 4x8 Homosote, and we ran it around in a circle. We had 2 turnouts for it, and I started to get some buildings. I used my allowance, and I went down to Shink's Hardware in Duquesne and sat down there for maybe hours on end just looking at the rolling stock and wondering what I could buy for $1, because the rolling stock was $1 each, and I had like $3 in my pocket, and that's where I got started. Okay, but since then I've been watching videos, reading magazines. I got a whole stack of magazines dating back all the way into the 70s, and I've been trying a lot of different things, and I made a lot of mistakes, and I made some progress on some stuff, did some right things, but I'm going to share with you. Well, I don't want to put you through any more aggravation. That was hard to watch there. That was the first one where I showed my face. I had an old video camera that had the high 8 tapes on it, and that was a different size than the compact VHS. You go back to those VHS, the real big ones they had the compact VHS tapes, and the high 8 was just a little bit different, so they were kind of hard to find too. So when I was doing that, I had to find a different way to do it, so I started using a different camera after that. But I want to talk about some milestones in here, and I hit 100 subscribers 3 months to the day after I started the YouTube channel, and that was very impressive for me. And I would just want to share with you some of the first subscribers that I had. The very first one, Monline Productions. I want to thank you very much, because that put a boost into my activities there, because I was really impressed. And here's a couple more. Chris Black, Full Quiver, Route 400, Jim Northrop, Ron Clace, Harry M. Haythorne, Altec 6, BNF 6951, Vinny, Southeast Rails, Andy Crawford, and South Brooklyn Railroad. Those were some of the first ones that the first subscribers that I had, and they were in maybe the first, let me see, I'm on the 25th, first 6 days, and that really gave me a boost on, doing more and more. And I still wasn't really, I still really didn't have a direction I really didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to do something different because I was looking at everybody else's YouTube videos, and they were showing what they were doing, but they really didn't explain how they were doing it. And when they were showing it, it was like they were showing it to somebody that already knew what to do. And so I thought that, I had to do something for the beginners to start them out from the very beginning, from scratch, saying that they don't know anything about model railroading. And so I created Model Railroading for Beginners. I did that around the end of September, June, July, August, September. So that's 4 months into it that I started making up some videos. And I even asked Vinny, I sent him a clip of my introduction on the first show that I was going to do on Model Railroading for Beginners. And he just said nobody's going to watch it. So, that kind of made me a little mad, but I said, yeah, people are going to watch it. I know people are going to watch it. So I put it out anyway. I finished the video and put it out, and it, just went all uphill from there. It just skyrocketed, and I was really happy with that. But let me tell you about YouTube. Okay. DNR GW Iron Horse Route. My first video was for a weathering contest. It was awful. Yeah, usually those first videos are awful. I learned a lot since then, and I'm going to talk about some of the gear that I used and some of the things that happened at YouTube. Reggie, how you doing? Solo contracting. Okay, so if you're just tuning in, this is my 3-year celebration on YouTube. So what I was doing at the very beginning was I was looking into the YouTube forums, and that place was a mess. It was a real mess at the time. There was, kids on there that, just, every other word was MF or son of a bitch and stuff like that. And somebody turned me on to Creator Studio. Not Creator Studio, that's the thing that right here. I can't even think right now. But anyway, Creator Community. And this was right before I hit 100 subscribers, and at that time you had to have 100 subscribers before you could comment on there. So I, patiently waited until I got those 100 subscribers, and then I started communicating on there and asking questions, and I got really involved in it, and I got so involved in it that they made me a rising star on it. You got a little badge or a little thing around your icon. And the next one up was a top contributor. So that really pushed me into learning what YouTube was all about. And I felt that was something you really need to know when you're putting out the videos on YouTube, that you have to know what it's all about. And YouTube has changed so much since that almost 3 years ago. When I was on a creator community, I ran into a lot of people on there that were helping other creators with their problems on YouTube. And, that's what I was doing also. I got really involved in YouTube. I took all the classes for Creator Academy. I signed up for to be a beta tester, and I was accepted for that. I got to see a lot of stuff that before YouTube put it out. Even the Studio Beta, when that was in its infancy, I was there, and that was long before anybody else was able to see it. I was a trusted tester on YouTube also, and I even got to talk to a couple of engineers at YouTube through Google Hangouts, and one of them was the engineer that made the dashboard on the Studio Beta. and I just said, I was just telling her how much I hated Dashboard because it was just a waste of time, and she didn't really appreciate that. They, I think right after that, they knocked the Dashboard off of my my beta testing, and took a lot of other things off of there that I didn't get to see anymore. I think I just made them mad. Okay, Sparky, how you doing? Okay, who else is here? All right, so that's what I was doing on the creator. I can't even think of it now. But anyway, they as Google progressed more and more into into YouTube. They bought YouTube's years before that, and little by little, their influence started into YouTube, and they started getting rid of a lot of people in YouTube and putting the Google people in there, and a lot of things were fading away, and they got rid of creator community, and all the people that were on there. They wanted them to go over to Google, but they made it. Google just made it really difficult for everybody. I know that there was about maybe 20 top contributors that just ended up disappearing. They started putting on new forums and everything, and things just disappeared on there. And I still keep in contact with a few of them, but it's just gone haywire. As Google puts in more and more of its influence on YouTube, it just gets harder and harder to do things on YouTube. And you could see that in the demonetization of everybody, and having 1,000 subscribers and the 240,000 minutes before you even can apply into the partner program. Again, I was on the partner program. 2 of my channels, I lost the monetization on it because I didn't have the 1,000 subscribers. Luckily, I had it on here, and I was able to keep the monetization on here. But anyway, enough about YouTube. I want to show you another video here. Hello everybody, and welcome back to Tom's Trains and Things. Today we're going to talk a little bit about styrene and acrylic used for streets and sidewalks. Here's a little example of each. The acrylic that I use is 93 thousandths, and it's a scale 6 inches approximately for HO scale, so it works out pretty good. And the acrylic, or the styrene, I use 40 thousandths for the streets, and what I do is I cut them a little bit narrower. I get the acrylic at Home Depot. There's the thing right there. It's 11 by 14. I get various sizes for whatever scene that I'm doing. That was the first video that started taking off for me, and I didn't know what to do with it. Even though I did all the classes and everything for YouTube to know what to do when you have a video that takes off, I just froze there. And there was another video after that started taking off too, and I just didn't know what to do with it. I started following what YouTube recommended, and I started following a lot of other people like Tim Schmoyer and Roberto Blake and Daryl Eves, and I learned a lot. Nick Nimmin was in his infancy back then, and although he's doing pretty good right now, back when I started watching him, he had like about maybe about 500 subscribers at the time. That was way back when, and I knew that what he was doing was gonna be good someday. And look at him right now. I don't know if you know who he is, but he does a live stream, you know, as much as 6 hours in the morning. That's a lot of live streaming. But anyway, I did my first live stream. When was this? May 1st in 2017. And after that, I did a live stream about my 1 year anniversary. And that was a disaster because my laptop failed me, the software failed me, OBS. I mean, I just kept on trying to redo it, and it was just lagging so far behind. And I mean, I tried to do more than what OBS can do, and it just bogged down. I think I had 3 cameras, and really with OBS you could only use 2 cameras. Later on I was able to use 3 cameras on it, but back then on my laptop with Windows 7, it was a old laptop, and with OBS on it, it just messed up something terrible. And it got me discouraged about doing live videos. So I did 9 that year, but in 2018 I think I did 1. And then so far this year I did 5 of them. 3 of them was on location, you know, in Georgia, B&O Railroad Museum and Strasburg. But what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to do more live streams here, because I'm starting to invest a little bit into the live streaming. I got better lighting. And if you remember going back, I don't know if you can see it here, but let me see. Let me get this camera over there. I have track lighting up there, and that's how I started out. Actually, I started out even cruder than that because I had those little clamp-on lights. But I'm starting to get better lighting. I got 2 of these. I only have one of them hooked up right now because I have to order another light for in the center. I have that type of light in the middle, but I want to put them on the side. I had them on the side when I was doing the Arduino Made Easy when I was in the office, and it worked out pretty good. But what I want to do is put 2 of them over here and then put a fill light in the middle, but the fill light's almost $200 or maybe $250, and so that's just holding me back right now. But I've improved on my gear so much from the beginning. With I had 1x2s with the clamp lights up there, and any camera that I could get to do the live, to do any of the videos, and it was just a mess. To think of some of the things that I did. And there's one more video that I wanted to show you, is when I had the 100 subscribers, and that was like 3 months into it. I forgot to show you that one yet, so here we go. Hi everybody, and welcome to Tom's Trains and Things. I have a little bit of celebrating to do today. I have my cup of coffee in hand. I just reached 100 subscribers, and when I checked this morning it was up to 105, so thank you very, very much for subscribing. You don't know how much that means to me. I'm going to tell you what I'm working on right now. It's Dolly Varden Mines, and I'm also going to be doing another one of Suncoast Center for... I was searching for anything to do that back then, and I did it. I went to Suncoast Center for Fine Scale Modeling. I could say it a little bit faster now than I did back then because I've been there so often. You know, I did a lot of videos there. But at that 100 subscriber mark, I was really impressed that and thought that I would, you know, just keep on going, but it didn't go that fast. I mean, 100 subscribers, you know, that's a milestone, but it just kept on dragging and dragging and dragging and dragging. And finally, I don't know what the date was when I hit the 1,000 subscribers, but once I did that, it just took off. I did one video. Now I want to tell you something about videos. You could spend a lot of time preparation on videos and they'll go nowhere. And something that you just throw, and this is what happened with the one video that took off. I have I think 96,000 views on it now. I was testing out my green screen, and it was the 10 most common mistakes, and really it was a really crappy video, but I got views on it and it took off and took off and took off, and as that took off, the subscribers took off, and I was getting something like 1,200 subscribers a month while that was kept on going, and it did really well for about 3 months, and then everything drops off, and you see that your analytics, everything goes down and then start going back up again. Whatever they tell you about how to get your videos and how to get your channel to grow, it works sometimes, but not all the times. You just got to be lucky. You just got to hit that one video or two videos that really takes off, and there's no rhyme or reason to it. I mean, YouTube will tell you that, you know, you got to do this, you got to do this, you know, use keyword search and everything like that, and put your videos out like that, and keep on stacking your videos one after another, and do it, you know, on a regular schedule. You got to do three times a week, 4 times a week. None of that works. It works sometimes for somebody, but not all the time. We're having a little bit of thunder here right now. We got a lightning storm going on right now, so I hope I don't lose power. I got this on a battery backup, but some of the rest of the lights, I don't think I have it on the battery backup. It might get dark here, but you get it for the people that are just starting out on YouTube, and you know you hardly got any subscribers on there. All I can say is keep going, keep doing what you love to do, because that's the only way you're going to grow. And it'll take time. It takes a lot of effort. I know there's a lot of people on there that complain about, you know, that they can't get any views or anything like that. But you got to put something on there that people want to watch, and that's what I felt that got me all the subscribers and all the views and everything, is just putting on something just to teach somebody something, to show them how to do it the easy way. That's the key to it. You just have to keep on going. I'm going to keep on going, doing what I'm doing. I'm going to keep on with the Arduino stuff, the electronic stuff, the model railroading for beginner stuff. I still have to go to Home Depot to get the wood for it, and Debbie says, yes, you can use the living room or the dining room, and she says, oh, the living room, it'll look good right here on this living room wall right here. I said, all right. So I got the go ahead on that, but that's what we're going to be doing. As soon as I get the lumber, I'm going to be starting on that. I got all those projects for Arduino and everything else. Those are going to continue as long as I could figure out what to do with the Arduino. Raspberry Pi just came out with the Pi 4 either yesterday or the day before yesterday. So, and I saw late in the evening that that one place announced that they had already sold out of them. So I got to find out if I could pick up a Raspberry Pi 4 and see what I could do with that. I said that I was going to do something with the Wi-Fi on the chip. I'm not sure exactly what the number is on the chip, but everybody's starting to use that. And I said in the last time I did the live stream that there was somebody on the train board that's developing another DCC++ with Wi-Fi, so it makes it a little bit easier. It's still in development. He's been doing it for about a year and a half, and I think that's some way to go, because you could do your cell phone wirelessly with that. Right now, you have to, hook up a router, do it through JMRI, or use the Raspberry Pi. But with this chip, you could do it without all that stuff. You just with that chip alone, and then you could operate your locomotives with the with your either tablet or cell phone. What have we learned? We've learned a lot of stuff. And what do I listen to myself when I learn something? Hell no. I've learned a lot through YouTube, and to me it goes in one ear and out the other ear. I do what I want to do. I've never followed anybody on what they do. I try to do something different than somebody else does. If I see, a lot of channels are trying to reproduce what other people were doing, and what I did at the very beginning was I went in the opposite direction of where everybody else was going, and I think that's what makes a channel grow. You can't always follow or duplicate what somebody else is doing. It might work for a while, but then it's going to fall off. You got to go out there and do things for yourself. Do your own thing. Do what you like to do. And that's the key to everything. Not just in YouTube, but that's the key to life. Do what you like to do. Do everything what you like to do. And I have a bunch of caps. Life is Good caps, and their motto on every one of their caps and every one of their t-shirts is do what you love and love what you do, or do what you like and like what you do. I can't remember if it's like or love, but anyway, you get the point. You got to do the things that you like to do, and that's model railroading and electronics for me. So I don't want to keep this going for too long tonight. The last time I went for about an hour. This has been on for, I can't even tell right now. Let me see here. Okay. It's about 8:30 right now. So I'm going to cut this off right here. I want to thank everybody for stopping by. I don't want to keep this going on for, an hour. That's I think that's boring, really. And just to keep it on for an hour. I don't know how Nick Nimmin keeps it on for 6 hours every Saturday morning. So, but anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming by. I want to thank all of you for subscribing, for taking the time to watch my videos. I want to thank all of you who have participated in the chats, in the comments in my videos. I want to thank everybody that has contributed financially to Tom's Trains and Things. It helps out a lot. It takes money to do this stuff here. But anyway, thank you very much. I'm going to end this thing right here, and we'll see you pretty soon. I'll have another video coming out in a couple of days. So until the next time, we'll see you.
Of it has helped. Experience has made me realize